Okay, my name's Simon Moran. I'm Executive Vice President of Manheim Asia Pacific, a subsidiary of Cox Enterprises in the USA. We run auction companies for auction companies around the world, but in particular Thailand for Southeast Asia, and software companies throughout Southeast Asia as well to help car manufacturers and dealers as well. Yeah. The first project that we undertook was to start to sell vehicles in the wholesale market online. This was a major step forward in the Thai market. It allowed us to open new avenues of competition, transparency, and balance out some pricing irregularities that were occurring in the market. And the last part was to correct a lot of misperceptions which were sort of born through chat groups and information that was quite clearly incorrect. These technologies allowed us to stabilise the market and to provide more surency and transparency for car dealers to buy vehicles wholesale and before they sell them to the next retail customer. That was the first project that we undertook. The second ones are systems to enable collection of data. So our company processes millions of pieces of data, upwards of about 3.5 million pieces of data per year, just in the auction company. So this puts us in a position where we have to be able to collect accurate data and have efficient tools for our staff to collect it. So that was our next project after that. And there's more to come. We have an internal system of review, so we really need to understand where is the market at, where is the technology infrastructure of that country. If you look at Southeast Asia in particular, there are some countries which are not as developed as perhaps some countries in the West. So we actually had to wait about 4 years before we could bring this technology to places like Thailand, because the local technology on either mobile telephone or landline just couldn't cope with it. We undertook a review and simplified the product to run on lower bandwidth, and we're able to engage thousands more customers this way to view the auctions and to contribute. Just Thailand so far. We need to as part of our reviews, we need to look very carefully at the structure of the market and what gaps there are in the foundation, the technology foundation for the car industry. Some markets in Southeast Asia have got some substantial gaps, which means big investment to be able to try and fix these, or a very long plan to be able to invest slowly and change the industry at a speed that it can cope with. We're very lucky. We have the hindsight of having sold for almost 20 years in other countries online. So we had the hindsight to apply to many of the decisions that we made to localise the product and to modify, including engagement with all of our customers on the seller side, but also the buyer side of our business. That was quite an interesting journey for us. So our advice is if you have a good product, you need to engage the people that you seek to use it or you believe will seek to use it, and take their feedback and make appropriate modifications without losing any governance and control over your system. There are some loopholes in different countries in Southeast Asia, so you have to tread very carefully. Very interesting to see the anticipated progress in a number of countries, including Indonesia, to connect millions of people up to the internet in a way that, or using a methodology where they can connect in any part of that massive country. In Malaysia, which is our neighbour to Thailand, also looking at how they intend to grow their prowess technology parks and so forth. In Thailand, it's a different story. A few things have leapfrogged. So, for example, we've leapfrogged landlines, and many things are going straight to mobile. So there's a very big mixture across the geography here as well. We already have software for dealers and for OEM, for car companies, in some of these markets already. It's a little bit of a difficult decision to invest with auction because they use a lot of land. Land has to be pretty cheap because it takes up heaps of space. Huge logistic functions accompany these auction companies. And in some cases there are competitors, in some cases there are no competitors. So there is either the challenge of changing the market, or there's the challenge of taking on competitors who already exist there, who may well be underinvested. So to that extent, we're open to talk to people who want to do business with us, but it's got to be the right people and at the right time for that country, and they have to have an appetite that's ready for change.